Hello and welcome back to the Chronicles of a Gooner. It's another live watch along, and tonight we're bringing you this huge clash between Benfica and Arsenal. The two teams meeting in Rome due to coronavirus restrictions. It's going to be a little bit of a strange one. The tie in general is going to be a little bit of a strange one. You know, playing games in odd places and you know, just the whole idea of having away goals when you don't actually play at home. It's going to be really interesting. But it's really important for Arsenal. Of course, you know, our hopes of qualifying for the Champions League via the Premier League route are looking very slim at the moment. So we would hope that the Europa League offers us another potential way in. I hope you're all good in the chat. Big hello to all of you that are already in there, and a big hello to everybody who will be watching this back later on or skimming through it a little bit later on. Really appreciate your support, and a big welcome to Andre, who's just signed up to become a platinum member of the channel. Andre, thank you so much, mate. Really appreciate it. Brilliant to have you on board. Make sure you join the Discord server as well. If you click in the membership, or is it the community tab? I never remember. But if you go over there, find that link. Please do come and join us in the Discord server. It's always great fun in there, and some really good, respectful conversations among Gunners, which is obviously what we want to see. Right, we're going to run the competition again today. So put it in the chat. Let me know what minute you think Arsenal will score their first goal in tonight. If Arsenal don't score a goal, then we'll carry it over to the next watch along. But let me know which minute you think Arsenal will score their first goal in. And the person who gets it or gets the closest to it will win a copy of the Chronicles of a Gooner book. Let me just get one out to show you. Let's see, where are they? Got so many things piled up here. I have to be careful I don't bloody knock it all over. Here we go. The Chronicles of a Gooner book. So get your minutes in there. You can win yourself a copy of this. It's my first ever book. It was published at the end of the 2017-18 season, which was Arsene Wenger's last season. When I started writing it, it's almost like a diary of the entire season. So there's entries for each game that we played in. There's interviews with Ray Parler, Robbie Lyle from AFTV, Kevin Campbell and Tom Watt. So get your minute in there, and whoever gets the closest, we will be sending you a copy of the book. Those of you who won on the last watch along, I've already arranged for those to be sent to you. So give it about a week to 10 days and you should receive those with no issues. If there are any issues, of course, let me know and I'll get on to the guys. Right, let's go through the team news, because Arsenal are unchanged from the side that won against Leeds United in the Premier League. So Mikel Arteta not taking any chances, not taking any risks. He's gone with Bernd Leno in goal. Back four of Hector Bellerin, David Luiz, Gabriel and Cedric. Granit Xhaka is in the midfield alongside Danny Ceballos, with Martin Ødegaard ahead of them, Emil Smith-Rowe from one flank, Bukayo Saka from the other, and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, hat-trick hero at the weekend, continues up front. For Benfica, they've sprung us a little bit of a surprise. We talked a lot about it in the preview show. We talked about it when we had Tom come on, a Portuguese football expert. We tried to work out what it would be from Benfica, and we established that normally they play with a 4-4-2 system. They've changed that. Obviously, they're a little bit wary of Arsenal's attack. Obviously, they're wary of the threat that Mikel Arteta's side possess. And so they've gone with three central defenders. So they've gone with Helton Leite in goal, Verissimo, Otamendi and Vertonghen are the back three. Gonçalves and Grimaldo are the wing backs, with Taarabt, Weigl and Pizzi playing in the midfield. Gianluca Waldschmidt is playing just off Darwin Nunez, we think. So Benfica sprung a little bit of a surprise there in terms of the team that they've gone with. Let's go through the Arsenal substitutes bench, because it's a strong Arsenal substitutes bench today. Kieran Tierney is on it, of course, encouraging news. Alexander Lacazette, Willian, Rob Holding, Nicolas Pepe, Callum Chambers, Pablo Mari, Mohamed Elneny, Eddie Nketiah, Matty Ryan, Gabriel Martinelli and Carl Hein, who I don't know a great deal about, I've got to be honest, but he is on the bench tonight for this one. We were told to be worried about Haris Seferovic. We were told to be worried about Everton. Well, they are both on the bench for Benfica tonight. I don't know how significant that is. I don't know if they're fully fit or what the deal is there. But as I said, Benfica sprung us a little bit of a surprise in terms of their tactics tonight. You still got time to get your entries in for your copy of the Chronicles of a Gooner book. I want to know what minute you think Arsenal are going to score their first goal on tonight. As I said before, if they don't score a goal tonight, we carry it over to the next watch along. So yeah, I can see there's 45 of you watching on YouTube alone right now. So if you haven't, make sure you hit the like button. It is very, very important. I'm sure that number will grow throughout the stream. It always does, but I'd love for you guys to hit that like button nice and early. It really, really helps. And grab yourselves a drink. Tonight is such a big game. I've gone for a beer, and I've gone for my favourite Cypriot beer, Gil, all the way from the motherland of Cyprus, and I'm looking forward to getting stuck into this one tonight during the game. I think we're going to need it. It's going to be that type of game. Let's have your predictions in the live chat. How do you see this one going? Are you confident that Arsenal can come away from Rome tonight with a positive result? It feels weird saying that, knowing that we're playing against Benfica. You know, to say that we're playing in Rome just doesn't quite sit right. But it's the way it is. You know, the coronavirus has had a massive impact, not just on football, but on life in general. And unfortunately, the games have to be played in safe environments. I disagree with the the idea to include away goals in the tie because of all of the things I've just said. Having said that, though, if Arsenal do bag a couple of away goals tonight, you will not see me complaining. Quick reminder that our members content for this week is going to be dropping tomorrow. I'm going to do another deep dive on another Arsenal player, but I haven't got around to recording it yet. So what I'm going to do is give you guys the opportunity in the chat. If you're a member, get involved in the chat and let me know on which player you would like me to do this week's deep dive on. The choice is yours. I'm happy to do it on anybody. I'll spend some time in the morning, get that research done, and I'll have it out to you by tomorrow afternoon. So if you're interested if you're a member and you want to have a say on who the members only bit of content's going to be about this week, get involved in the chat, and I'd love to hear your opinions. And yeah, I'll be bringing you that bit of content tomorrow. If you're not a member already and you're interested in becoming one, the link is in the description. If you click on that link, it will take you to our membership page, whereby you can find the 3 tiers of membership that are available to you, and you can decide which, if any of those appeal to you. I'm getting distracted by the comments because some of them are funny. They're making me laugh. Headsy says, hard to argue with a team that did just score 4, but hopefully some rotation for City. Loving the Barnet, by the way, Harry. Barbers are well overdue. Yeah, do you know what? I'm lucky because in my family, in my bubble, I have hairdressers, barbers. So it's not so bad for me. I can get a haircut at home and it's not really an issue. So yeah, I'm one of the lucky ones. I did get a little bit of a trim yesterday, but I've grown the top during lockdown. It's gotten so long I didn't want to cut it off because it's taken a lot of effort. Don't want to lose it now. Ray Anderson says we've reached 40 likes now. Thank you so much, mate, for the update. Really appreciate that. Let's see what else you guys are saying about the team and the game tonight. Talk Sense says, I'm a little worried about Arteta. He's liable to bring Willian on for Smith Rowe. Do you know what? Xander suggests Willian as the topic of tomorrow's breakdown, and that might not be a bad shout. You know, what's gone wrong with Willian? How can we get the best out of him? Maybe a little bit of a deep dive into his career prior to joining Arsenal, and we can maybe try and work out and understand, maybe what's different about the way things are at Arsenal, and perhaps try and get to the bottom of why it's not necessarily working out for the Brazilian in North London. Matt Gordon says, why does Luiz keep becoming our first choice centre-back when he's a time bomb for a game-changing mistake? I spoke about this on the show earlier. I named Luiz in my side. I wanted Luiz to play because I think that experience in a game like this is invaluable. I know he's got a mistake in him from time to time. We all know that about David Luiz. But at the end of the day, I think that since Mikel Arteta's come into the side, he's been much, much improved. You know, I think he's been really, really good. He's had a couple of moments, of course, but I don't know. I watch Gabriel now, and I still think that Gabriel has got the, has got the ability to go on and become a really top centre half, and I think he will in the future. I just think at times when I watch him, he's a little bit raw, and maybe Mikel Arteta sees that too, and he's decided instead to go for the more experienced David Luiz. So Arsenal getting ready to take on Benfica in the Stadio Olimpico in Rome. As I keep saying, Benfica, of course, they're going to be wearing their home strip of red shirts, white shorts and red socks. So Arsenal, of course, will be in their changed blue. Cedric Soares and David Luiz just exchanging some niceties with some of the Benfica players. And, of course, Bernd Leno will be aware of some of those German lads that are in that side as well. Because there is a fair few sort of former Bundesliga-based players in that Benfica side. Let's take you through the two teams one more time before we get underway. Where are they? Got them on my screen somewhere. Here we go. For Arsenal, it's Bernd Leno in goal. Back four, Hector Bellerin, David Luiz, Gabriel, Cedric Soares. In midfield, it's Granit Xhaka and Dani Ceballos, with a trio of Emil Smith-Rowe, Martin Odegaard and Bukayo Saka providing support to Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. For Benfica, it's Leite in goal, Verissimo, Otamendi and Vertonghen are the back three. Gonçalves and Grimaldo are the wing backs, with Taarabt, Weigl and Pizzi in midfield. Gianluca Waldschmidt is playing as the number 10, with Darwin Nunez leading the line for Jorge Jesus' side. Let's go back to the live comments, see what you guys are saying. The teams are coming out onto the pitch. We're nearly ready to get underway here in the Stadio Olimpico. Let's see what you guys are saying. Scotty22 says Pepe just got the driver back in the speedboat and he's been dropped, and I bet Willian comes on before him now. Ray Anderson says, when is the last time other than the Wolves match Luiz has made a mistake? I agree with you, Ray, but let's not jinx it tonight, man. Lee says, is this the first time this season we've played the same team for 2 games running? That's interesting. I'm not 100% sure on that. Kville says, I think a Pablo Mari would make a lot of sense for a game like this to rest the main centre-backs for City, and he did well in the Europa. Arteta might be a little too cautious. I think the Europa, for now, has to be the priority. Unless Arsenal prove that they're capable of going on the kind of run that it will take for us to get back into the Premier League race, then for me, this has got to be the priority. And I haven't got a problem, if I'm being honest, with Mikel Arteta prioritising this over everything else. That's where I kind of stand on it at the moment. Let's get ready to sort out our lovely interactive scoreboard and all of that jazz that we've been using over the last couple of weeks. It's obviously got the timer as well, which helps you guys to sync your pictures if you wish to do so. Just seeing the two teams on the screen once again. An empty, eerie Stadio Olimpico is the venue for tonight's game, and I don't know, it doesn't feel right, but I guess when there's with no fans in the stadium, you know, it's not that big an issue, I guess you could say. I don't know. Chris Pantelli agrees with me. He says, I agree, Harry, the Europa has to be our top priority. The two captains just going through the coin toss at the moment. Pizzi, of course, wearing the armband for Benfica, and Aubameyang's wearing it for Arsenal. Cüneyt Çakır is the the referee tonight, so he'll be taking charge of this one. And just a quick reminder of Arsenal's starting lineup once more: Leno, Bellerin, Gabriel, Luiz, Cedric, Xhaka, Ceballos, Odegaard, Saka, Smith-Rowe and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Graham Usher says, Harry, have you got your Xhaka miniature ready? I do indeed, my friend. It's always at the ready. There you go. Granit Xhaka is with us. Granit Xhaka is with us. Do not worry about that. We'll place him right here as well. So he's not going anywhere. Cheers to everyone. Enjoy the game, and fingers crossed we can get ourselves a good result to take into the second leg. I was going to say to take back to the Emirates Stadium, only it's not back at the Emirates Stadium, is it? The game is going to take place in the Yorgos Karaiskakis Stadium in Athens. So, Jan Vertonghen there in the Benfica colours. I can't stand Jan Vertonghen. really not a fan of his, and he made some really silly comments, I thought, during his time at Spurs about the Arsenal. We're about to get underway here. Stadio Olimpico, Benfica versus Arsenal in the first leg of this round of 32 tie. Here we go. We are underway in the Stadio Olimpico. Come on. Big game for the Arsenal, this one. Absolutely huge. And we need to get a positive result. It's as simple as that. Let's get the effects going for you. Can you hear the effects coming through as well? Just let me know. I know I always do this. It's so complicated for me to feed the effects through onto this program that I have to piss around with it for ages before I get it to work. Every single time. I still don't remember each week how to do it. Here are Arsenal on the attack though. Here's Martin Ødegaard on the right hand side at the moment. Finds Bellerin, who's also come forward. Whipped in by Symeou towards goal. Be an easy catch though for the Benfica stopper. Timer's working, guys. Timer's working. Don't worry. Jorge Jesus, a very... What's the word for him? What do you call a manager like that? A very charismatic manager? A very vocal manager? Is that what you call him? Here is Cedric Soares at left back for the Gunners. Should really bring up the teams as well so that I can identify the Benfica players for you guys as well. Not particularly familiar with this group of Benfica players. As I said in the preview show, they're not a team I've watched a great deal of in recent times. Here is Cedric. Eccentric, says Xander about Jorge Jesus. That's the right word. Here's Aubameyang in that left-hand side position again. Just cuts in field of a couple of Benfica players. But I told you guys earlier on in the preview show, didn't I, that Benfica were really going to focus on packing out that particular area. And you can see it. Look, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Benfica bodies. Almost a flat back line as they look to prevent this Arsenal side from breaking the deadlock first. Ball forward, and Granit Xhaka will take it down on his chest. Looks to get away from a couple of Benfica players. Doesn't in the end, but the ball breaks kindly for Arsenal, who find Aubameyang, who has been flagged offside. 2.5 minutes gone here. 0-0, as you'd expect in these early stages. Probably expect a cagey start here, to be honest. Just let me know if you can hear the effects coming through in the background just lightly. Don't want them to be too overpowering or too overwhelming, but we do want you guys to get a little bit of the effects coming through on the stream. Goalkeeper for Benfica plays the ball forward. Hector Bellerin will take it under control at right back for the Gunners. And if any of you haven't seen it, I started watching the Hector Bellerin documentary today on YouTube about him recovering from that ACL injury, where he documented the whole process. It's really cool. I've only seen the first episode, but I really enjoyed it. Definitely be finishing that off. Ray Anderson asks if there's VAR in this match. There is indeed. VAR is now active in the Europa League now that we have now that we're in the knockout stages. Here's Symeou, just dropping into the right back position almost temporarily. Plays it forward to Saka, just steps inside and is fouled by Jan Vertonghen. Arsenal win a free kick. Vertonghen just catching the Arsenal man. Of course, Vertonghen formerly of Tottenham Hotspur, and it was well documented that he almost joined Arsenal once upon a time. Started spouting off all kinds of shit in the press, telling everybody that he'd picked the bigger club. Well, we all know that wasn't true. Especially not then, anyway. Here is Emil Smith-Rowe. Fouled by Diogo Gonçalves. Just took the ball under control. Just got clipped in that left calf. Emil Smith-Rowe. Turn the effects up a little bit for you guys. Let me know if that is better. Here's David Luiz. Now Bellerin. Back to David Luiz. Ray Anderson says, so why did the assistant why was the assistant so quick to raise his flag for offside? The referees in Europe apply VAR, my friend, very, very differently. And I think you'll find that it's probably better. They're much better with the implementation of it. He says we'll probably get absolutely ripped off by it now. Do I have the Xhaka figurine? Yes, I do. Here he is. Granit, the main man. And where do I sit in the Emirates Stadium? Says Sam. I sit in Block 6. Block 6, row 16. That's in the North Bank, in the corner. Here's Ceballos. Keeps this alive. Bellerin with a lovely reverse pass for Ceballos. Puts a ball into the box, cut out at the near post. Falls to Bellerin, who's inside Benfica's area. Goes for the low cross. And it's cut out by Jan Vertonghen. Arsenal have a corner. Good stuff from the Gunners. Dani Ceballos doing well to make something happen on the right-hand side. Bellerin just apologising to his teammates. Probably feels should have done a little bit better there. Don't forget, if you haven't smashed the like button already, make sure you do. There's over 100 of you watching us right now. Let's get up as close to 100 likes as we possibly can. In comes Arsenal's first corner of the game. Odegaard towards the near post. Met by a Benfica head and then helped on. Saka will head it back into the penalty area. Gabriel goes up for the challenge. It will fall to Xhaka on the edge of the box, but he can't control it. And away come Benfica. Ball played forward into Waldschmidt. His miscontrol leads to Cedric's clearance. And Arsenal have it back now with Dani Ceballos, who's been very lively in this opening 6.5 minutes or so. He really, really has. Here's Cedric at left back. Crosses the halfway line for the Gunners. Into Emile Smith-Rowe. Cedric continues his run. Smith-Rowe picks him out. And across comes Verissimo to concede a throw-in. Throw-in is in line almost with the penalty spot. Creambone66 says, evening Harry and everyone. Harry, have you got your Willian figurine yet? I haven't, but I will get one. I promise. I'll get on it as soon as possible. Here is David Luiz. Into Gabriel. Might start a GoFundMe page and buy the whole team. What do you think? Gabriel gets it back at centre-back for the Gunners. Lays it off to Granit Xhaka, who's just dropped in line with the Arsenal defence to get on the ball. Plays a short pass to Ceballos. He's muscled out of the challenge by Del Taarabt, but according to the referee, he was fouled. I think he's been a little bit lucky there, Dani Ceballos. There was a clip from Taarabt on reflection, having seen the replay. It's Luiz plays a long ball forward in behind for Saka to chase, but the flag has gone up against Bukayo Saka immediately, and Benfica will have a throw-in in the left-back position. CDRF 1987 says, Benfica allez. Guess we've got a Benfica fan in the house. Cheers to you, mate. I hope we beat you, but I hope you... I wish you all the best for the rest of the season, just not in this competition. Connor Hanley says, brilliant on the way home from work. Thanks, Harry. You're more than welcome, mate. Welcome to the stream. Delighted to have you with us. Here come Benfica on the attack. Gabriel does well to step in and prevent Darwin Núñez getting away. David Luiz on the ball now. Plays the ball down the line to Saka. Lays it off to Bellerin. Plays it infield to Odegaard. Turns brilliantly and lays it square to Granit Xhaka. He's looking for the run of Saka in behind on this right-hand side, but Benfica have bodies back and they make a vital interception there through Alex Grimaldo. Gabriel, just seen a replay of that incident a few minutes ago. He wanted a handball. Did kick the ball directly at the Benfica player's arm from around about 2 yards away, but it would have been a free kick in our own half. Nothing majorly significant, nothing to go crazy about. Ceballos wins the ball back for Arsenal. He's been immense in his first few minutes. He's looked really, really busy. Big hello to Thapelo joining us as well in the chat. Arsenal diehard from Botswana, welcome. And of course to Paul Whitehead, who's joining us from Brisbane, Australia. I hope you're well. Gonçalves concedes a throw-in. Here's Gabriel at the back for the Gunners. Plays it square to David Luiz. And you can see when Arsenal get the ball, Xhaka tends to drop into this kind of left centre-back position. Luiz pulls out to the right, and Arsenal try and expand the pitch a little bit, spread the ball, try and expose Benfica. Long ball forward towards their centre forward, Nunez. Odegaard working hard, but concedes a throw in the end on the halfway line. Don't forget, if you haven't smashed the like button already, feel free to do so. If you fancy becoming a member of the channel and getting access to our members only content, as well as some other perks like our Discord server, which I think is the best perk that you get, because it's just turned out to be such a great community. If you fancy joining up, supporting the channel, click on the link in the description. CYP_ says, you sound like you would be a good commentator. I am a commentator. That's my job on Saturdays at the moment. So yeah, thank you very much for your kind words. Really appreciate that. Benfica winning themselves a free kick. Granit Xhaka, the culprit. Big hello to Colin as well, joining us from South Africa. Here come Benfica on the attack though. Here's Grimaldo on the left, just plays it slightly infield to Pizzi. Shot from the edge of the box from Waldschmidt, deflected, and it ended up with Cedric in the end. Emile Smith-Rowe back defending and plays a nice ball to Xhaka. Helps it on to Ceballos. Potentially a counter-attack on here for the Gunners. Here's Odegaard. Plays it right to Bukayo Saka. He's about midway inside Benfica's half. On the right flank, Odegaard making the overlapping run. Saka uses him as a decoy and goes inside. Lays it off to Aubameyang in the middle. Now it's with Xhaka. Left to Cedric. Cuts in onto that right foot of his. Puts a ball in towards the far post. Not sure if that was a shot or a cross. It was kind of in between both in the end. Odegaard at the far post. As quick as he is, never get in there. Mikel Arteta barking on instructions from the touchline to his team. T-Talk says, Martinelli is made for this high line on the left. Steve Stone says they're going to be hard to break down. They're protecting their centre-backs as predicted. Yeah, and we said that, didn't we, in the show earlier, that they will look to protect in those central areas. I feel like Arsenal's only joy tonight will come in those wide areas. And we have to exploit those areas as best as we can. As I said as well at the top of the programme, you know, Benfica have sprung a surprise here. Everybody who's anybody expected Benfica to play with a 4-4-2, which is what they've been playing with all season. But Jorge Jesus obviously has looked at that Arsenal side and was a little bit concerned by that, and concerned by the kind of almost a 4-2-4 that their system turns into when they do have the ball. And as such, he's changed things for tonight's game. Here comes Bellerin driving forward. Probably should have squared that to Martin Odegaard, who was to his left and was calling for it. He didn't, but Bellerin and Saka between them thought they'd won Arsenal a throw, but unfortunately it's gone Benfica's way. 13 minutes on the clock here. Benfica 0, Arsenal 0. Coming to you live from the Man Cave via the Stadio Olimpico, or from the Stadio Olimpico via the Man Cave. There you go. Throw in for the hosts. Grimaldo will take it. Ceballos gets a good foot in, and it ends up with Gabriel at centre back. He plays it left to Cedric Suarez. Back infield to Gabriel. Here's Bern Leno on the ball, inside his own penalty area. Take his time, shift it out of his feet before playing a long ball forward towards Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Otamendi having a bit of trouble dealing with Aubameyang there. You know, Otamendi's a decent defender in terms of his ability on the ball, and he's quite a physical player, but he has got a mistake in him, as we saw countless times during his time at Manchester City, and is why ultimately he's at Benfica at the minute. Benfica have a free kick though, which they've taken quickly, and Arsenal have won it back. Here comes Smith-Rowe down the left, having been released by Granit Xhaka. He'll play it back down the line to Cedric. Smith-Rowe gets it back, looks for Cedric's run. It's blocked and it's deflected back off of Smith-Rowe. Really, really unlucky. Creambone asking if I've broken lockdown. I can assure you, Haven't broken lockdown. I've had a haircut from within my bubble. There you go. Kevin Jean, the Estadio do Man Cave. Love that. But when we talk about, well, when we used to, when we were younger, talk about where we were going to play FIFA with the boys, my place was always known as the San Symeou. So I'm going to stick with that. But I like that one as well, Estadio do Man Cave. Here's Bern Leno, just plays it left to David Luiz. Takes a touch and plays it infield to Xhaka, who again drops into that deep position in between the two. Plays it into Saka's feet. He's dispossessed by Otamendi, who stepped out of the back line there, just temporarily for the host. Here's a Del Terab, former Spurs and QPR man, of course. D1 says, unpopular opinion, Cedric is better than Tierney. Interesting. I don't think Cedric's done bad, by the way, in that position. I actually think he's done really, really well. And I said it in the preview show. You know, he's been a very good deputy. You've got to take into account he's playing on his wrong side. And apart from that one misplaced pass in the Aston Villa game, which obviously proved to be costly, I think he's given a good account of himself. Otamendi clears the ball forward for Benfica. Bellerin is underneath it, heads it forward. Odegaard will get onto the loose ball ahead of Jan Vertonghen. He's on the right flag here, Martin Odegaard, just drifting slightly infield now. Looks for the run of Saka. Probably should have gone alone there. Here's Gabriel now. Into Cedric. Plays the ball forward towards Smith Rowe, but it's picked up by Verissimo. Benfica win a throw in around about the halfway line on the right-hand side. Their right-hand side, Arsenal's left. Paul says, my girlfriend calls Arteta Ken. You can see why. Gabriel just tugged back there by Darwin Nunez, who was looking to pull away from him. Darwin Nunez, of course, Uruguayan striker. There was high hopes for him when he came to Benfica. It's not really worked out for him of late. Started the season very well, apparently, but has dropped off a little bit in terms of his goal-scoring prowess. That's what we were told on the preview show by our Portuguese football expert. Where are we at on the likes? Can someone give me an update on the likes? I can't see it without changing the screen, and I've got the teams up on the screen right now, so I don't want to have a look. Here is Cedric. Plays a ball forward towards Emil Smith Rowe. Otamendi's missed it. The goalkeeper has come outside his penalty area there. Helton Leite came out rushing, got ahead to it, conceded a throw in the end. Arsenal almost in there. And Otamendi showing what I was talking about. That ability to just miscue an aerial ball in particular. Xander says we've got 65 likes. Guys, there's over 100 in the chat. Come on, let's get to 75 at least. Lovely ball in behind here for Bellerin. He's inside the penalty area. Rolls it across the area for Aubameyang, who's missed an absolute sitter. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has missed a golden opportunity for Arsenal on 18 minutes. It was a wonderful ball in behind the defence. Bellerin rolled it across the box perfectly. And Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has gone to finish it with his left foot. And he's miscued it. And it's gone wide of the post. That is a glorious, glorious opportunity for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. And you'd have bet your house on Aubameyang, especially after having scored a hat-trick the other day, to have put that away and given Arsenal the lead in this tie and a vital away goal. But it's not to be. Big, big chance goes begging. Here's Otamendi at the back now for Benfica. Plays it into the feet of Pizzi. Now it's with Vertonghen. Looks to play the ball forward to Waldschmidt, but fortunately for Arsenal, Dani Ceballos, who's been, again, I said it already, he's been so good in these early stages. Here is Xhaka. What an opportunity that was for Aubameyang. Honestly, you would have bet your house on Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang putting that one away. There's no doubt about it. Frustrating. Especially if we go on to regret it. Here comes Emile Smith-Rowe down the left. Can he keep this ball in? No, he can't. Pass was slightly overhit. Lots of you agreeing in the chat that it was a really, really bad miss that from Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Bellerin did everything right. I think it was Ceballos who played the ball in for Bellerin to get him behind. He made a really good run there, Bellerin. Did really well to just guide it across the penalty area with not too much power, nothing difficult for the striker to turn it in. And Aubameyang went with his weaker left foot and ended up putting it wide. Here comes Cedric bursting forward. Finds Aubameyang just to the left of Benfica's penalty area. Puts it into the box. Vertonghen will hook it clear. I think the offside flag has gone up eventually. Sam says flashbacks of the chance he missed against Olympiacos. Yeah, I remember that. Same competition. Arteta very animated on the sidelines. I might get a bit animated as well if we miss another opportunity like that. Don't forget, we're going to be back later on as well, around about 10:15 for our review show. Maybe slightly earlier, just depending on what time we wrap up here. But if you're not sick of me by then do come and join me for that. Always nice to review the game after with a calmer head. Here is Tarapt, just lays the ball off for Weigl. Plays it right to Diogo Gonçalves. Back in field to Julian Weigl. Now it's with Waldschmidt into Tarapt. Big hello to Thomas, one of our members who's just joining us. He says, "Hey Harry, what's Arteta doing? Why does Pepe, who scored 3 goals in 4 games, not play? Arteta is an incompetent fool." But Willian, who's not done anything, played the last game. Nah, come on, man. You can't give Arteta shit at the moment. Give him shit after the game if we don't get the result. But no, look, we played really well on Sunday. I'm happy that he stuck with the same team. You know, those players have got to earn their way back into the side. Here's Pizzi. Now it's with Weigl, the German. Plays it out left to Grimaldo. Benfica enjoying a sustained spell of possession here, which they haven't really done up until now. Arsenal have done well to win the ball back when Benfica have tried to build play and press and harry. Arsenal have done brilliantly so far. But of course, the golden opportunity that fell our way, that fell to our captain and leader, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, has been spurned. And is that going to come back and bite us on the arse? I bloody hope not. I bloody well hope not. Here's Otamendi at the back for the hosts. Plays a long ball forward towards Darwin Núñez. Can he take this down? David Luiz gets in between Núñez and the goal. Just holds him off and allows Gabriel to get back in and clear the ball. Good defending there from David Luiz, showing his experience. Getting his body in the right place in between player and goal. In between player and ball. And if you haven't hit the like button already, feel free to do so. It really, really does help. If you want to become a member of the channel as well, we'd love for your support. Click on the link in the description. We've already had 1 member sign up tonight, which is brilliant. If we get a couple more, we'd hit a really fantastic milestone, which I'll be over the moon about. We want to get to 100 as soon as possible. We're not far off it. Here's the Benfica goalkeeper, Helton Leite. He's got the ball in his hands and he's in no rush. Told you Benfica would be cautious. They don't want to concede that away goal. This is their home tie, of course, and they'll fancy their chances of scoring in the Yorgos Karaiskakis Stadium. Of course, it's not really an away game, is it? Well, it is an away game. It's not really a home game for Arsenal, I should say. But of course, they have the advantage that if that one goes to extra time, then they'd be in a position where they could potentially score an away goal in extra time. Arsenal won't have that luxury. Arsenal have just 90 minutes to score an away goal. which is another bullshit thing about the away goals rule. Here is Ceballos. Now Gabriel. Xhaka plays it square to Ceballos in his own half. Breaks the lines and finds Bellerin. Saka lays it off to Bellerin. Nice play between the pair. Aubameyang drops deep and picks this up, and he'll carry it forward in this inside right channel. Just lays it off to Bellerin. Plays Saka in on the right, and the flag's gone up again. Benfica playing that offside trap really, really well. They've caught us time and time again like that tonight. They really, really have. 25 minutes on the clock. Here come Benfica on the attack with Waldschmidt. Thought he was fouled. Wanted a free kick. Referee waves play on. Here's Cedric. Back to Gabriel. Edward Denham says, "Evening, Harry. Napoli in a bit of trouble." What's going on with Napoli? 2-0 down at Granada. Interesting. Here's Bukayo Saka in behind the Benfica defence here. He's inside the box. Lays it off to Odegaard on the edge of the penalty area. Plays it to Bellerin to the right of the box. Into Odegaard. He's got 3 Benfica players around him. Benfica, look how many players they've got back there. So tight and compact. Odegaard plays it into Dani Ceballos. Here's Bellerin. Now Saka on the edge of the box for Arsenal. Looks to shoot left-footed. It's into the arms of the goalkeeper. Creambone says, showing off every time you mention the away leg. Did you have anything to do with picking the venue? I didn't, but if fans could go, I wouldn't mind it being in Athens. I'd love to go. A couple of you just getting a little bit heated in the chat. Guys, there's no need to talk to each other like that, yeah? There's no need for it. We're all here to support the Arsenal. We all want the same thing. Thomas, Colin, calm it down. There's no need for it. You guys can have a discussion without calling each other names. I feel like I'm a primary school teacher. Here's Gabriel into Granit Xhaka. Chips a ball forward towards Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who hit the ground. Didn't look like a foul had taken place, but Benfica will try and play their way out of trouble here. Here's Pizzi infield to Julian Weigl. He'll play the ball left to the number 10, Waldschmidt. Pizzi on the halfway line for the hosts. Benjamin asks, where can you watch the game? It's on BT Sport here in the UK. I don't know where it is in the other countries. I do apologise. Ben Snyder says, I really don't like the away goals rule. It's outdated in my opinion. Agreed. Steve Stone says, we're really missing the link man Lacazette. Here's Emil Smith-Rowe though, inside the box, goes past his man, cuts it back across the 6-yard box, cut out by Lucas Verissimo. Benfica look to spring an attack of their own. Here is Pizzi, plays it out right. Gonçalves looks to get a crossing blocked by Cedric at the near post. It's going to be a Benfica corner. Their first of the game, if I'm not mistaken. Arsenal having to do some defending. Waldschmidt is going to deliver the ball into the penalty area. All the big boys are forward for Benfica. All 3 of their central defenders are in the box. In comes the delivery, met by the head of Emil Smith-Rowe at the near post of all people. Comes back to Waldschmidt. He's Going to cross it from a slightly different angle now. Puts it in towards the far post area. Otamendi rises, but Bellerin comes out on top. There you go, Benjamin. A few people suggesting where you could possibly watch the game in the live chat. Here's Nicolas Otamendi into Pizzi. Benfica still in possession, and you feel as though Benfica have just settled a little bit in these last few minutes. They look a bit more comfortable in possession. They're having more of the ball. This was always going to be a difficult game for Arsenal. We should really be a goal to the good, and maybe had we been a goal to the good, we'd have seen Benfica just step out a little bit. You know, it's clearly a back five. 3 in the middle of the park. Very cautious approach from Benfica, but you can understand it, can't you? And you know, when we talk about the away goals rule, which was initially, I guess, introduced to prevent teams going away from home and literally parking the bus, but now all you get is the home team park the bus because they're fearful of conceding one. So it's just had the reverse effect. Here come Benfica on the attack. Here's Terab, plays a ball left to Darwin Nunez. He's inside Arsenal's penalty area. Nunez slips it onto the right foot, shot into Berlino, who spilt it and just about prevents the corner kick. Just seeing that again from Darwin Nunez. Just lost his footing as he got the shot off. Arsenal coming forward now. Aubameyang blocking Verissimo's clearance. It's going to be a Benfica goal kick. Coming up to 32 minutes on the clock. What have you made of the first half an hour or so, guys? I think we've done quite well. Obviously kicking ourselves that we haven't broken the deadlock. But in terms of the performance, I think defensively we've been good. I think offensively we've had a few decent moments. I think you've got to give the lads praise. Never going to be an easy game, given all of the circumstances around it. And of course the opponent. Here comes Waldschmidt into Taarabt. Now it's with Otamendi. Verissimo plays it forward. Granit Xhaka makes a strong challenge. And he's been adjudged to have fouled the Benfica man there. He's come clattering into Adel Taarabt. And if you want Granit Xhaka to flatten any Benfica player, it'd be him, wouldn't it? Here come the home side. Down the right hand side. It's back infield to Taarabt now. Now it's with Pizzi to his left. Here's Grimaldo out to the left flank, where the captain, Pizzi, takes up position rather regularly. It's played right to Gonçalves. Now back infield. Still Benfica have it with Jan Vertonghen now. Into the captain, Pizzi. Now Grimaldo. Benfica have plenty of the ball around their centre-backs. And they move it to the left back and the right back, but they don't really do a great deal after that. Cagey start to the game, I would say. Lee says we've had lots of possession. We're just lacking that last well-timed pass. Agree. Cedric will take this throw in for Arsenal on the left, just inside Benfica's half of the pitch. Short to Emile Smith-Rowe. Gets it back. Does Cedric and plays it back to Gabriel. He chips it forward towards Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Takes a nice touch. Does Aubameyang. But again, the flag's gone up for offside. How many times are we going to get caught offside in this first half? How many times? He's gone too early. Aubameyang, he's leaning offside and then he's gone too early. Oh, frustration. I'd probably be feeling a bit better about the performance, or a bit better about how we're doing it had we not had that chance. Because having had that chance, you feel as though we should be in front. Here come Benfica on the attack. Here's Darwin Núñez. Lays it off to Gonçalves at right wing back, who's come forward. Now it's into Pizzi in the middle of the park. He's got Odegaard for company. Plays it to Grimaldo on the left. He goes back in field to Pizzi, who's, you can tell already, is key to the way Benfica plays, orchestrating things for the Lisbon-based side. Can Emile Smith-Rowe keep this in? No, he loses out in a challenge to the Benfica man. And here they come with Darwin Núñez. 1-2 between him and Waldschmidt. He goes down under a challenge. Play waved on and Dani Ceballos has it now on the edge of the penalty area. Lee says put Willian on. He won't get caught offside. He's not quick enough. The Willian slander has started. Can't imagine what it's going to be like if he comes on the pitch at some point. Here's Xhaka on the halfway line. Drives a pass out towards the right. Looking for Bellerin, but it was behind Bellerin. Just seen a replay of that challenge between Cedric and Darwin Núñez. Absolutely nothing in it. Nothing in it whatsoever. Here's Saka. Wins a free kick off of Waldschmidt, who'd come clashing into the back of him there. Here's Gabriel. Just inside the centre circle. As it's short to Emile Smith-Rowe. Now it's with Cedric. This is the problem. I like Cedric, right? I think he's done a really solid job playing in that position. But the fact that he always needs to cut in onto that right foot is... it disrupts the flow, doesn't it? Kieran Tierney obviously back on the bench tonight. Only managed a couple of training sessions before this game, so didn't expect him to play tonight, but you hope, or you'd think, that he'd be at least available for the second leg. I wouldn't even risk him against Manchester City, genuinely wouldn't. I'd leave him, give him a few more days training, and get him back involved in the second leg of this game. If he's fit enough, of course. Update on Thomas Partey is that he's training, but he's training individually. He has not made the trip to Rome for this one. Here is Ceballos. Into Xhaka. Looks to put the ball in the box. It takes a deflection. Otamendi hooks it away. It will come to Ceballos. Lovely ball in behind. The fullback looking for Bellerin. It just wasn't quite right. Bellerin maybe not necessarily expecting it either. Paul Nell says, I only have the Spanish feed here in Philly. So you're definitely helping, Harry. Thank you, mate. Glad to be of service. Here's Bellerin. Saka. Lovely ball for Bellerin. He's to the right of Benfica's penalty area. Hector Bellerin puts a low cross in. It'll fall to Emile Smith-Rowe, who was really sharp there because Jan Vertonghen made a real mess of that at the near post. Not sure what exactly Vertonghen was trying to do. Lost his feet and the ball fell to Emile Smith-Rowe, who tried to put it back across the goal. But a combination of the goalkeeper and Vertonghen were able to prevent the ball making its way across the 6-yard box, and as a result it is an Arsenal corner. Arsenal's second of the game, the third corner of the match in the 40th minute. Oh, the corner's taken short and it's wasted. Lucky for us, Adel Taarabt has slipped over and Arsenal have the ball back with Odegaard. Now it's with Smith Rowe. He's on the right at the moment. Ceballos on the corner of the penalty area. What will he do? Plays it into Odegaard. Back heel for Luiz. Back to Odegaard. Brilliant skill to get away from his man. Cuts it across to Ceballos. He probably should have shot there, Martin Odegaard. He probably should have shot. He probably should have gone alone. He was trying to be too unselfish. Odegaard with a wonderful flick to Luiz, who was just offside anyway. The flag did go up. But having done really well to get through on goal with the goalkeeper, Martin Odegaard decided to try and find Dani Ceballos, who was square. Show a bit of ruthlessness. Take it yourself. Look, it was off. David Luiz was offside, so there's no point in getting our knickers in a twist about it. But when you see things like that, it almost reminds me of the Arsene Wenger days. Just trying to walk the ball into the bloody net. But as Ray points out, offside again. We're getting caught offside constantly. Jorge Jesus must be some offside expert, or he must have spent all week working on it. Lewis Cooper points out 7 offsides in this first half. Unbelievable. Here come Benfica on the right now with Gonçalves. Oh, tried to find the run of Waldschmidt, who'd made a run across Arsenal's back line there. Arsenal eventually get it clear through Gabriel, but it will come straight back unless Granit Xhaka can win it for the Gunners. He's pressing right up on the goalkeeper now, Granit Xhaka. Gabriel winning the header. Taken down on the chest by Julian Weigl. Here come Benfica. Here's Adel Taarabt, looks to play in Darwin Núñez. Lovely bit of skill from Dani Ceballos to get away from Taarabt as the ball came back in that direction. Graham Sutherland says, Harry, have you given up on Odegaard? Yeah, I just naturally don't say it that way. It takes effort for me to say it right. And you guys know what I mean. So we'll just leave it as it is. At least on my own channel anyway. I can't get told off by anyone. Here is Ceballos. Back to Gabriel. Cedric plays the ball down the left-hand side to Emile Smith-Rowe. Cedric continues his run. Cedric gets there and has won a corner off of Nicolas Otamendi, who came to prevent Cedric from putting a low ball into the penalty area. It's another corner for Arsenal, another chance to get the ball in the penalty area. Cavill points out that Ceballos is having one hell of a game. He really is. It's been excellent. It's been fantastic so far. Really, really has. Arsenal have a player down. It's Emile Smith-Rowe. Physio's on the pitch. Not sure what's happened. Has he been caught? Hoping it's not a serious injury. He's back up on his feet. I think he'll be okay to continue. Emile Smith-Rowe. Arsenal have a corner which Martin Odegaard, there you go, is going to take. The big boys are forward for the Gunners. Hector Bellerin lurking on the edge of the penalty area, as is Bukayo Saka. Corner's going to be delivered from the left-hand side. Driven towards the far post. Gabriel with the header into the side netting. Although it lacked any real power, any real conviction. Even had it been on target, I don't think it was going to test the Benfica goalkeeper at all. It's not often Mikel Arteta comes up against a rival manager with arguably a better set of hair than him. But I tell you what, Jorge Jesus is a real strong contender. Great hairdo for a guy who must be, what, in his 60s? Ball cleared forward. David Luiz gets a head on it and Bellerin will play it down the line into the feet of Saka. Fouled again by Jan Vertonghen. He just comes into the back of him. Don't forget, smash the like button. It's very, very important. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and if you want to become a member, support the channel, click on the link in the description. Arsenal take the free kick quickly. There's been a minute of time added on at the end of this first period. Again, Benfica get it clear. Xhaka will just allow that to go out for an Arsenal throw-in in the left-back position. Cedric takes it quickly and it's straight back with Granit Xhaka. Plays the ball out across the pitch. It's been picked up by Grimaldo. He's inside the box for Benfica. Goes to cross it. And it comes off of Dani Ceballos. It's a suicidal ball that from Granit Xhaka. You could see what he was trying to do, but you cannot take risks like that in these kind of competitions. Granit Xhaka tries to drive it across the pitch. It's picked up by Grimaldo, the left back. And just as he goes to put the ball across Arsenal's penalty area, Dani Ceballos got there just in the nick of time. Really silly that from Granit Xhaka. Benfica have a corner as a result. In comes the corner from Pizzi. It's headed away by an Arsenal player, but in the end, the Benfica man has been penalised. Just seen a replay of what went on during that corner. It's half time in the Stadio Olimpico in Rome. Benfica 0, Arsenal 0. Arsenal with the best chance of the game. There's no doubt about that. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang missing an absolute sitter. It was a real sitter. Brilliant work from Arsenal on the right-hand side. Lovely ball played in from Hector Bellerin. And Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang coming in at the far post was just unable to put it in the back of the net. Really disappointing. What did you guys make of that first period? Get chatting to us in the live comments. Let's see what you guys have to say, and we will discuss what we've seen so far. Big hello to Mr. Tesh Paul Nell. In response to that Xhaka pass, says Harry, sort your mate out. Yeah, I'd have been absolutely furious had that led to a goal. Graham Sutherland says, this game leaves me yearning for fireworks and whistling from opposition supporters. Yeah, I mean, for me, at least I've got the bloody fake crowd effects. For you guys, I can hear that loud and clear, which kind of makes it seem a little bit less dead and a little bit less flat for me. But lots of you talking about that Aubameyang miss. Sam says, still can't believe he's missed that. It was such a good opportunity. Daniela says it's been boring. Yeah, look, it's not been the most thrilling encounter. I think we can all agree with that. But from Arsenal's perspective, I think for the most part, we've defended pretty well. Apart from that stupid ball just there from Granit Xhaka. Arsenal have defended really well, in my opinion. Been solid. But, when you get chances like that in competitions like this, opportunities to score away goals, which mean so much, you have to take them. And unfortunately, we failed to take it. And hopefully we don't pay the price for it. Steve Stone says the game was always going to be like this. I agree with you, mate. I thought it was going to be a bit cagey. I talked a lot in the build-up about Benfica's approach, which I very much expected to be exactly as it's been. Which is basically for them to protect, to be defensive, to work hard, to try and limit space in the middle of the pitch, because that's where they've been weak this season, where they've had a problem. As you were, as expected. Let's say a big hello to Albert Akono, who says, my first ever time listening to you, sir, from France. Very pleasant, and above all, you actually commentate on the game. I've been a fan of Arsenal for 20 years, and it's my first time here. Excellent. Mate, thank you so much. And a big, even bigger thank you, because I've just seen that you've just signed up to become a member of the channel. Albert, thank you so much, mate. Honestly, it means the world to me. Really, really appreciate it. Make sure that you click on the community tab. Is it the community tab or the members tab? I can never remember, but one of the tabs on your YouTube app will give you the link to the Discord server. Make sure you come and join us in there, because we have some great debates, some great chats in there, and I keep you guys up to date with what we're doing on the show. And of course, we get to discuss Arsenal, which is great because we all love doing it. So please make sure you do sign up to the Discord server. It's not compulsory, but I know there are a lot of paying members that don't use the Discord server, and that's absolutely fine. If it's not for you, that's cool, but I don't want you to be paying for something that you're not getting, unless it's because you out of choice don't want to use it, which is obviously absolutely fine as well. Let's see what else you guys have been saying. Mr. Tesh says, good first half, needed to take that chance early on, but yet again we're nearly punished by the poor Xhaka pass. We just can't concentrate for the full 45 minutes. Emmanuel Rodriguez is in the chat and is a Benfica fan by the looks of it. Big hello and welcome to you as well. Ben says Xhaka has been poor. We need to take our chances better. Ceballos has been the best player on the pitch so far. I agree with that. It's been really, really good. Really good display from him. Junior Gunner says Vertonghen and Otamendi domination in the box. Yeah, that's the thing with those two, right? They'll be happy to just eat up balls into the penalty area. Deliveries into the penalty area where they don't get turned and end up running back towards their own goal. That's what they want, sitting deep, facing the game, being in that kind of side-on position, watching the crosses come from the flank and being able to deal with them. That's what they like. That's what they're all about. That's their comfort zone. You need to get running at those guys. You need to get dribbling at those guys. And I would urge the likes of Bukayo Saka, Martin Odegaard to do exactly that. Because you're talking about two players who will, if you get in the right positions, if you get in their faces, who will bloody concede penalties. They will. They're clumsy. They're clumsy. That's why they both ended up here. With all due respect to Benfica, right? These two guys were playing in the Premier League and they no longer play in the Premier League because of mistakes, because they've shown that they're not quite at the level that they once were. Jan Vertonghen obviously in the twilight of his career, and Nicolas Otamendi is someone who's made countless mistakes during his career. There's no doubt about that. T-Talk says the passes haven't been played forward. Sorry, let me get back to that 1 minute because the chat just updated. The passes haven't been played forward quick enough for Oba, and that's why he's struggling. Yeah, another good point. Xander says maybe the players are a bit nervy and hopefully it clicks in the second half. Would bring in Pepe for Emile Smith-Rowe. Interesting that. Big hello to Lee, who's just signed up to become a gold member of the channel. Lee, thank you. Thank you to everyone that signed up tonight. Really, really appreciate your support. It really does mean the world to me. It gives me more flexibility, gives me more time as a freelancer. It means I can dedicate and allocate more time to this channel and bringing you guys hopefully some of the best Arsenal coverage from a fan channel that you can get. So that's the plan, and we'll be looking to make improvements constantly. So yeah, what else have we got here? Let's have a look. We've got another member join up as well. Nishith, thank you. Welcome to the membership family. To you too, mate. Really, really appreciate it. So lots of you joining up tonight. Honestly, it's so appreciated. Welcome to the family. And again, as I said to the other guys, make sure that you make use of the benefits. They are there for you. So yeah, feel free to get using them and get involved in our Discord server. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to have a good chat with you, as we do with all our other members as well. Brilliant. Right, what else have we got in the live chat box? T-Dog says we should have scored at least once and conceded once. T-Talk says, Harry, do you think Martinelli is suited for this type of game with plenty of space in behind for him to run at? I don't know. I would be inclined to lean towards Nicolas Pepe if I was going to make a change. I've got to be honest. I think that Nicolas Pepe has really gone a long way in proving to me in the last few weeks that he does have something about him. And I think he looks better even still when he plays from the left-hand side. So for that reason, I don't want to see Nicolas Pepe come on unless it's going to be on that left-hand side. Emile Smith-Rowe, has he had the impact that we'd have liked tonight? Maybe not. He's been kicked about a little bit as well. He's not the only one. They've been dishing out that treatment to a few players. Bukayo Saka's been on the end of a couple of those challenges coming in from behind as well. So, I don't know. If I was going to bring somebody on the left, for me, given that Martinelli hasn't played much football lately, I would probably go with Nicolas Pepe. Just seen a replay of that Benfica chance at the end where Granit Xhaka's pass was picked up by Grimaldo, who drove into the box, and Ceballos obviously coming across and making a block. And, this is... You can't take risks like that. But what I will take encouragement for is Benfica, other than that, haven't done anything else. They haven't caused us any other problems up until this point. So from that, we can certainly take encouragement. Don't forget to hit that like button if you haven't already. Let's get it up as far as we possibly can. It really does help the stream. NBA Portugal 77, who is a Benfica fan. Welcome to the programme. We're all Arsenal fans, but you're more than welcome to be here. We love chatting football. We love football. We all love football. That's the point. So welcome to the stream. Really appreciate you taking the time to give us a bit of information on your club as well. He says, as a Benfica fan, this is our worst team of the last 10 years. It's probably our worst team as well when you look at our league position. Arsenal have been atrocious this year. So you're not the only one who's going through a transitional period, who's struggling a little bit to watch their team at the moment. We're all there. We are all there. I'm not going to take a break tonight. Let's keep going through because I've got my drink here with me. Chronicles of a Gooner tonight, sponsored by Cyprus's finest beer, Gale. There you go. No, I'm only joking. It's not sponsored, but it is great beer. And if you ever get over to Cyprus, make sure you taste it. It's fantastic, brilliant stuff. All the way from the motherland. There you go. Dave Hill says, first time I've heard your commentary skills, mate. I'm impressed. Really glad I joined. Welcome. Welcome to the channel. Really approve. Well, you're already on the channel, but I mean, welcome to the watch along. Maybe the beer's getting to my head a little bit. I'm just kidding. Welcome to the watch along, mate. Really appreciate it. Lee says, love the podcast, which is where I came across the channel. I follow others as well, but what makes this one different is that there is daily content, makes it stand out from everyone else. And as I say, guys, with the membership, by you guys supporting the channel via the membership, as a freelancer, you're enabling me and putting me in a position where I don't have to take on as much of the less fun work. And I get to do more of this, and in turn that means there's more content for you guys as well. Will Dobson says, Willian is waiting in the wings. I hope Arteta doesn't see him as the answer to their high line. AJ says, Harry, it's weird how we look like we play good football playing out from the back, but bad in the final third. The passes just haven't been right, have they? But we've got ourselves into some good situations and maybe not played the right pass tonight. So it's it feels like it's just that final ball that's missing. That final ball is not quite there, and fingers crossed we can get that right in the second period. Amen says, I can't have beer, I'm 12. I don't want this to come across like I'm some mad alcoholic, by the way. Amen. Literally, I might have one of these a week, if that. I found them in a shop the other day, and when you see something that you normally can't buy frequently in England, you find it. You can buy it, but you have to go to specific places. So when I came across it, I was absolutely delighted and bought it, especially for tonight's game. There you go. Let's see if it brings us any luck, though. Graham says, we've played the same team tonight, so what's the plan for Sunday? Well, I'd imagine that you probably see Rob Holding come in. You might see Mohamed El Neni come in. You might see Nicolas Pepe come in. You might see Lacazette come in. So there's, he's able, isn't he, Mikel Arteta, to make changes at the weekend, because we do have a fairly strong bench today. Look, with this Arsenal squad, when you look at it on the surface, You know, it is quite deep. It's just that we always seem to have 2 or 3 players unavailable for whatever reason, and that means that we're then really thin. And you know, there's certain positions, for example, centre forward. You know, Lacazette could play there, or Aubameyang could play there, and when you don't play them both, then you end up with having one as a very strong option on the bench. Obviously, Nicolas Pepe is on the bench, and he's been in decent form of late. You know, Martin Odegaard came in to really help in terms of adding some additional depth, you know, into the side. So yeah, there's plenty of positives. I mean, and looking at the Man City game, look, realistically, and I don't want to sound like a pessimist, but how good would we have to be to beat Manchester City at the weekend? We'd have to be immense. The problem is that, first of all, I don't know if we can reach that level, and second of all, we probably need Manchester City to be a little bit off the boil as well. You know, and is that going to be the case? I don't know. Just while it's half time, I've got a notification here. What's this NASA thing? NASA have landed something on Mars, apparently. I know it's not football related, it's not Arsenal related, but I just got a notification about that. Anyone know anything about that? Just been sent a link to watch whatever it is landing, and apparently they're looking for signs of ancient life on Mars. Wow. It's quite an achievement. It's amazing what you can do with science these days. Edward Denham says, Harry, will you be watching the Australian Open tomorrow? I absolutely will, because the Greek Stefanos Tsitsipas is in the semi-final against Medvedev. So that's going to be interesting to see how he does. Hopefully he makes the final. And then we'll have something to watch on Sunday as well. So yeah. Can you imagine what a day of sport Sunday would be if he made it through? Well, I'm going to watch the Aussie Open final anyway, whether he makes it through or not. But if he was in it, and then you've got that, which will be about 8:30 in the morning, right? UK time. Then you'd have Spurs versus West Ham, or West Ham versus Spurs. Then you would have Villa versus Leicester, Arsenal Man City, and then Man United Newcastle, plus a Serie A game. Milan Derby as well. Oh my God. Milan Derby, 7:45. That is going to be some Sunday of action. Benfica are making a substitution. Let's get back to the action. Let's get back to it. Almost ready to get the second half back underway. Just on that NASA thing, Crook says, hopefully it's Willie and NASA have stuck up there. Edward says they've landed a rover on Mars after a 7-month voyage. It took that long. Wow. Some of you seem to think that Man City might rest players for the game against us, because they of course have a Champions League game. And you know, like Man City are going to obviously run away with the Premier League, but the Champions League is the real gold mine for them, isn't it? It's what they definitely it's what Pep Guardiola needs to win for people to stop saying shit about them, basically. Right, we're about to get underway in the second half, and I'll take a couple more of your questions I've just seen come in there. Here we go. Back underway in the Stadio Olimpico. Benfica 0, Arsenal 0. Let me just pick up this question. It's a really, really good question. AJ says, what's the hardest thing about being a YouTuber? Do you know what the hardest thing about being a YouTuber is? 2 things. The hardest one is to stay focused on what you're doing and not listen to people that want to put what you're doing down, because there are loads of them. There are loads of them out there who are waiting to jump on your every opinion, your every view. Ray, you always say the timer's running, my friend. Yeah, there's people out there who always want to dig out your work, always want to have a go at you, and it's very hard to sometimes not respond to that. It's easy to not respond to it, but it's not easy when it gets personal, and that happens quite a lot. If I showed you guys some of the DMs I get in my inbox from randomers, so they're in the requests bit, and that's why sometimes probably you guys DM me and I don't even look at them for like weeks, and then you might get a reply from me like 2-3 weeks later. That's because I just don't want to read them. I don't like, for all the bad ones, I just don't want to read them. And the second hardest thing is to be consistent, because although this is aligned with my work as a journalist who covers Arsenal, it is aligned with my work. It isn't necessarily my work. It's part of my work, but I have other commitments, and sometimes it's a little bit hard to balance all of that and this without upsetting people, but also staying loyal to the subscribers here. And that's why I set up the membership scheme, because by doing that I can afford to turn down some other work, and then I can be more dedicated and not be so stressed and get to spend some time with the boy as well, which is obviously very important. But let's get back to the football, because Benfica are coming forward. Here's Grimaldo, the left wing back on the left hand side for Benfica. Ray says he's just reminded me. Thank you, mate. What would I do without you? Creambone says, don't worry, Harry, you're doing a bang up job. Thank you very much, mate. Appreciated. Here is Gonçalves. It's laid off onto the edge of the box. Here's Pizzi now. Back to Gonçalves on the right. Gives it back to his captain. He's inside the box. Dances past a couple of Arsenal players. Gets the shot away under the legs of Granit Xhaka and into the arms, thankfully, of Bernd Leno. Now Waldschmidt made way for Benfica at half-time, and Rafa Silva is on. Dani Ceballos going into a challenge there with the Benfica man. He's been penalised. He doesn't think it was a foul, Ceballos. Looked like he got the ball to me, if I'm honest. But Julian Weigl took the contact, made the most of it, and has won his team a free kick. It's an opportunity for Benfica to get the ball into the penalty area. Adel Taarabt is standing over it. Can't find the right temperature in this room. 1 minute I'm hot, I unzip my jumper, then I get cold, I put the heating on. I'm back to square one. Here comes Emile Smith-Rowe. Down the left hand side. Lays it off to Dani Ceballos. Kumar says Harry should replace Martin Tyler. I'd love to replace Martin Tyler. That'd be my absolute dream job. But I'm nowhere near that level. Here's Saka. Delivers one into the penalty area. Emile Smith-Rowe's there to turn it in from close range. It's into the goalkeeper who saved it. Emile Smith-Rowe was offside in the end. The flag's gone up against him. But Arsenal, not clinical enough again. Just having a look, Smith-Rowe, he's miles offside. He's absolutely miles offside. Emile Smith-Rowe. He's missed the chance anyway. Again though, Benfica doing brilliantly to catch us offside. They've been so good at that tonight. Have they been so good at it, or have Arsenal been so bad at it? Who knows? Big hello to Mr. Tony Chelebi in the chat. Having one of these for you, my friend. Here's Grimaldo. Runs into Bukayo Saka. Now Saka will carry it forward. He's inside Benfica's half. He's running at Jan Vertonghen. Plays it infield to Odegaard, but the pass wasn't good. And the Benfica man, I think it was Pizzi, got back and managed to get a really, really vital touch on the ball. Here's Cedric on the left. Goes on the outside of Gonçalves, puts a ball in, it's cut out by Otamendi. It's back with Cedric. Now Xhaka. Now Gabriel into Smith-Rowe. Nice touch. Cedric helps it on, and Emile Smith-Rowe continues his run down the left-hand side. Arsenal still in possession. Here's Cedric. Now Ceballos. Nunez got a foot in on that one, but he couldn't do much with it. Here's Martin Odegaard on the right now for Arsenal. Finds Saka. He plays it infield to Bellerin, who's taken up that inverted position. Lovely back heel from Bellerin. Falls to Saka, and it's just wide. Did really, really well there, Bukayo Saka, to step away from the defender's challenge and just create that little bit of room. Lovely play from Ceballos it was with the back heel. My apologies. And Saka did so well to step inside his man. Tried to catch the keeper out by going for that near post. But unfortunately, it was just wide for us. Now Benfica will attack. Here's Pizzi. Takes the ball down inside Arsenal's penalty area. He's to the right of the box. Tries a little bit of skill. Ball cannons back off of his standing leg. And now Arsenal have it with Emile Smith-Rowe. You can't mess around there. And in the end, Arsenal have conceded a corner that they really, really shouldn't have conceded. Come back to that question from Kevin Jean in just a moment, mate. As soon as this corner's over, we'll come back to that and address that. Corner's taken short. Benfica trying to be clever here. They've put a cross in. Emile Smith-Rowe's arm was up and the referee has pointed to the penalty spot. Emile Smith-Rowe has conceded a penalty kick on the 53rd minute. It was Rafa Silva, I think, who won it. They played the free kick, the corner short, sorry. It was Gonçalves who went to put the cross in. Emile Smith-Rowe's arm was up and it has struck off of his arm. It's going to be a Benfica penalty. They all rush to the referee. You never want to see those given because you know he hasn't meant it. But when your arm is in an unnatural position like that, that's what the referees are looking for, particularly in Europe. The penalty is going to stand. Is it going to be Pizzi, number 21, the Benfica captain, to take it? Can Bernd Leno prevent Benfica from taking the lead here in the Stadio Olimpico in Rome? Turkish referee blows his whistle. Pizzi steps up, tries the feint. Bernd Leno can't keep it out. Benfica have the lead in the Stadio Olimpico. Oh. 7 goals in 7 matches in the Europa League this season for Pizzi. It's been in wonderful form. Hard one to swallow, that. Really hard one to swallow. Gives it the little Jorginho feint. Leno guesses the right way, and I don't know, man, am I being harsh in thinking that maybe Leno could have got there? Because he guesses the right way. I don't know. Maybe I'm being harsh. Maybe I'm being harsh. Oh. I know we're Arsenal fans, but genuinely, did you think it was a penalty? What's the deal on that? I can't help but feel that when you put your arm up like that, you're kind of asking for trouble. Well, not too many complaints from me on that. I'd have wanted it if it was the other way around, and I suppose that's how you got to look at it. Plenty of time left, though. Plenty of time in the tie overall as well, not just in this game. You know, but if we could get that away goal, it would be massive, wouldn't it? Come on, Arsenal, let's just push and get that away goal. Here comes Smith-Rowe, looking to make amends. But Benfica have it back with Adel Terabd, and they've played it right. Ball in behind for Diogo Gonçalves. Granit Xhaka comes in with a sliding challenge. Did really, really well, to be honest, Granit Xhaka. But when you see him launching into a sliding challenge like that, you do worry, don't you? Ray Anderson says, not complaining about the penalty. Tony says, an error costs. They were not going to score through open play. Smith Rowe was turning his back, but his arm was out. G-Zim says, it's a pen all day. Gooner says, no pen for me, too close. But Graham says, clear penalty, I'm afraid. Here's Saka inside Benfica's box. Steps inside Vertonghen, lays it off to Smith Rowe, but the pass is just behind his stride. She's never ideal. Odegaard, lovely ball for Cedric. Low across the box, and Saka turns it in. Arsenal back on level terms. Arsenal have struck back straight away, and Arsenal have got that away goal. And that is what we needed tonight. That is what we really needed. The away goal. We've responded immediately. Wonderful combination play from Martin Odegaard and Cedric Suarez. And there was Bukayo Saka to turn it in. No. What's going on? He's checking VAR. He's checking VAR. Referee's checking VAR. Are we taking the Arsenal 1 off of the scoreboard or what? We're waiting for the VAR check to take place. Turkish referee in communication with those watching on in the VAR control room. Aubameyang close to the referee, trying to work out what exactly is going on. Goal is given. Arsenal back on level terms. Bukayo Saka is the scorer, and Arsenal have their goal. I think. Yeah, who's offside? No one's offside. Goal's given. Come on. We needed that. We needed that, and it's so good that we got it so quickly as well. You know, that's key. Goal stands. It's difficult because I'm watching it without volume, right? Because I'm watching it so that I can do it for you guys. And I've got the effects that you guys have got coming through here, but I can't hear what the TV is saying. So when the commentators are looking at the VAR screens and telling you, yep, it's a goal or it's not a goal, I haven't got that. I'm just going by the referee's finger signs. But yeah, it was clearly onside. Really good stuff. Arsenal back on level terms, and we've got that away goal. Ceballos trying to release Aubameyang on the left. Arsenal going to make a change. Kieran Tierney is getting ready to come on. Really? Didn't expect that. Guys, there's 150 of you watching at the moment. Can we get up to 150 likes? Smash the like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And if you want to support the channel and become a member, click on the link in the description. We've had plenty of you joining up tonight. Delighted to have you all on board. And we'd love to grow that community even further. Here's Xhaka. Infield to Ceballos. Now it's with Bernd Leno. Into Xhaka. Now Bayerin. Dispossessed by Adel Tarabt. Won back by Dani Ceballos. Ball played forward. Benfica on the attack. Gabriel coming forward. Cross comes in from Diogo Gonçalves, cut out by David Luiz, and then Gabriel will clear it. Arsenal coming forward. Now with Odegaard. And ball comes into the penalty area. All cleared forward by the Benfica goalkeeper. I feel a lot better now that we got the equalising goal. Benfica are about to make 2 changes. Arsenal are about to make 1. Kieran Tierney coming on. Kieran Tierney. Here come Benfica on the attack again. Shot from the edge of the box. Good save that from Bernd Leno. Did really, really well to deny Silva, the Benfica man. Here's David Luiz. Into Cedric. Lays it off to Granit Xhaka. Now it's with Gabriel. Into Xhaka once more. Ball down the line for Emil Smith-Rowe. It's approaching Benfica's penalty area. It's into Aubameyang. Now it's with Martin Odegaard. Chips it over the defence looking for Aubameyang's run, but couldn't quite pick out his man. Here's David Luiz. Arsenal going close again. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang this time. Lovely ball from Odegaard. Aubameyang using his pace, and he just drives it towards that far post. Just goes wide of the goal. Aubameyang hasn't got his shooting boots on tonight, has he? Arsenal making a change. Cedric being replaced by Kieran Tierney. I wonder if everything is okay with Cedric. He has played a hell of a lot of football lately. Has Cedric Suarez, so that could be the reason for the change. Give Kieran Tierney a few minutes as well. Benfica making some changes of their own. Off goes Nunez. It's replaced by Everton. And the second change that Benfica have made is Seferovic coming on for Pizzi, the man who scored Benfica's goal. You can see we've got some spammers in the chat. Thank you to Xander for dealing with that for me. Really appreciate it, mate. Ben says, Harry, have you ever been to Macedonia? I'm supposed to be going when COVID's over. No, I haven't, mate. I haven't. I haven't, to be honest. Who came back? Was it the guy with the Thomas Partey's 42 thing? Was it that? I didn't catch it. I was looking at the game. Ball forward again from Arsenal, but the ball is headed out by Diogo Gonçalves. Here's Gabriel into David Luiz. Back to Gabriel, takes a touch. Plays a long ball forward towards Kieran Tierney, who's bombing down that left-hand side. You guys never fail to make me laugh with your comments in the chat box. Tierney wins a header. It's taken down under control by Weigl. Now it's on the right with Gonçalves. He'll cross the halfway line for Benfica. Plays the ball down the line for Seferovic. Swiss international, of course. Now it's Adel Tarabt. Weigl. Over 150 of you watching. It's fantastic. Thank you so much for your support. Really, really appreciate it. Ball delivered into the penalty area, met by the head of Gabriel. Odegaard cushions it into the path of Granit Xhaka. He plays it left to Emil Smith-Rowe. Kieran Tierney is coming on the overlap, but Smith-Rowe uses him as a bit of a decoy and steps back inside. Here's Ceballos. Bellerin. into Odegaard. Lovely ball in behind. Can Aubameyang get there? No, the keeper just gets there first, but Aubameyang was playing on the shoulder, which is where you want to see Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Gooner, thank you very much, mate. I will get it sorted. I'll appoint a load of you members as moderators so that you can just all, whoever's there at the time can just chip in if they want to. It is very much appreciated. Here come Benfica down the left-hand side. It took me weeks, by the way, to work out how to appoint moderators, but I know how to do it now, so I'll get it sorted in the next couple of days. Here's Everton on the left-hand side for Benfica. Now Weigl. Back to Terapt. Everton just lays it off to his teammate. Benfica having plenty of possession just inside Arsenal's half, but they've not really made anything with it. And the goal, of course, came from a penalty off the back of a corner that they just won. Really unfortunate from Emile Smith-Rowe, but these things happen. Here's Xhaka, plays it back to Bernd Leno. Now it's with Ceballos. It's been immense tonight. I know I've said it about 6 or 7 times in this show already, but he really, really has. He's been so good. Benfica win it back though, and here's Everton with a chance to run at Arsenal, and Ceballos comes across and deals with it. Really good challenge from the Spaniard. He's really dominated that central midfield area. It's looked sensational tonight. But this is the thing with Ceballos. You get performances like this from him, and then you get some bad ones as well, and you don't really know what to make of him. And I think that's probably why there are still a lot of Arsenal fans out there who may be on the fence about whether or not Arsenal should be looking to pay 20-25 million to bring him into the club permanently. It's a difficult one, but based on what we've seen from him tonight, you know, how can you think otherwise? Greenbone says Kieran T for the Ballon d'Or. Lots of you going with Ceballos for your man of the match. I don't think there'll be many people out there who would disagree with that, to be honest. Here is Gabriel into Dani Ceballos. Now it's with Martin Odegaard. Back with Gabriel at centre-back. Into the feet of Aubameyang, who's taken up position on the left. Looks to play a ball in behind for Tierney, who had continued his run, but it was not quite right from Aubameyang. The idea was right. The execution not so. And as Gooner says in the chat, that £20 million Ceballos price tag looking a steal at the moment. Yeah, based on tonight's performance, it really does. It's been excellent. It's been everywhere. It's been so energetic. Good when he's been on the ball. He's used the ball really, really well. It's been brilliant. And Xander in the chat, feel free to block those people, mate, that are spamming bullshit in there. Don't worry about offending anyone. Feel free to block them, rather than kind of put them in timeout if those are the options. If there is an option to completely block them and you think that that's the right thing based on what they're posting, then feel free, mate. No problems from me. Here's Otamendi, plays it right to Symeou. Now it's Gonçalves. Tries to play the ball in field, but Arsenal back defending. It was Rafa Silva who he was trying to pick out. It's now with Granit Xhaka. Here's Bellerin. Now Saka. Goes back to David Luiz. Good ball out to the left for Kieran Tierney, and Emile Smith-Rowe is making a move down the left flank. Picks it up from Kieran Tierney, drives a low ball into the penalty area towards Aubameyang, who was waiting at the far post. Otamendi blocked it. Still alive here for Arsenal with Tierney to the left of the penalty area. His cross is blocked, but this time Arsenal have themselves a corner. Martin Odegaard is going to take the corner for the Gunners. Delivers it in left-footed, met by the head of Seferovic. I think he was back defending there. Kieran Tierney gets it back to Odegaard. He plays it into Emile Smith-Rowe. Chips it in with that left foot of his. He's got such a deft touch, Emile Smith-Rowe, in those situations. You know, it's his weaker foot. He's so able to just guide a ball into the penalty area. It's played down the right now. Here's Aubameyang inside the box. He'll chip it into the centre of the penalty area. It's met by the head of Verissimo, though. Benfica tried to break, but guess who's there to stop them again? As always, Dani Ceballos. This time appearing on the right-hand side. He must be knackered. He must have covered so much ground tonight. I'll be interested to have a look at that afterwards. Have a look at the statistics. Here is Odegaard. Had a fairly decent game again. Impacting things. Here's Gabriel. Plays it left for Tierney. Loses out there to Rafa Silva. He's substituting, and Gabriel comes and stops him in his tracks. Concedes a free kick just inside Benfica's half. Don't forget, if you've signed up for our membership tonight, make sure you head over to our Discord server. It's part of the package, and we'd love to have you. Here come Benfica on the attack, though. Inside Arsenal's penalty area, Everton looks to try and whip one in towards the top corner, and it's gone wide of Bernd Leno's goal. That'll go down as an opportunity for Benfica. Really, really will. Be interesting to see from a reverse angle how close that really was. But once Everton got into the penalty area, it was always looking to cut inside. Just seen a replay of Bukayo Saka's goal there. Yeah, there's no way that Bukayo Saka's offside there. Cedric's delivery is a good one because, you know, sometimes you can look at players and you say, why did he power it across the penalty box? But often it's because it needs to beat the first defender. It's often because you're trying to elude the defenders that are back, trying to protect their goal. And Cedric got the right balance there by lifting it off the ground just a little bit, getting a bit of power in it as well. And obviously Bukayo Saka, as we know, is more than technically capable of turning something like that in and making the most of it. Here's Aubameyang through on goal. Looks to step back inside his man. And there was Verissimo to make a key challenge at a key moment. But Aubameyang was clean through on goal there. And he should have put Arsenal in front. It's gone. He's gone and missed a couple of big chances tonight, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Let's just hope over the course of the tie that they don't come back to bite us in the arse. But that is one hell of a chance that Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has spurned there. Spurned a really, really good one in the first half. Had a good one as well in this half, which he put just wide. And he's through on goal there. I know the angle's tight, but you just feel like Aubameyang needs to put his left foot through that. And instead, he just tries to sell Verissimo the dummy. Tries a little Cruyff turn to step back inside. And there was the defender coming at full tilt to just take the ball off of Aubameyang. And he read it, didn't he? He read the attempted cut inside from the striker. And as Sam says in the chat, he should have had a hat-trick by now. Absolutely agree. Verissimo is down for Benfica. So Arsenal getting a little bit of a breather here. And Nicolas Pepe is stripped and ready. He's going to be introduced here in the Stadio Olimpico. It's Benfica 1, Arsenal 1. You're watching the Chronicles of a Gooner YouTube channel. 169 of you in the live chat right now. Be sure to hit that like button. Look, let's get 8 more likes. Let's get up to 150. That would be fabulous. Just waiting to see who Nicolas Pepe is going to replace. Martinelli's coming on too. So it's going to be Aubameyang making way for Nicolas Pepe. Aubameyang looked a little bit off the pace tonight. You know, he not played many games. Well, he hadn't played a lot prior to that game against Leeds. That was his first start. He'd been in and out of the side, hadn't he, because of the personal problems, and he was away. He's taken the captain's armband off with him, by the way, so I don't know what they're going to do about that. Nicolas Pepe has come on to replace Aubameyang, And Gabriel Martinelli has come on, and he's going to replace Emile Smith-Rowe. So will Pepe go left and Martinelli through the middle, maybe? Or will it be the other way around? It'd be interesting because Martinelli has spoken before about the fact that he, in his mind, is a left winger. But Mikel Arteta seems to think the kid's a centre forward. So that's going to be an interesting one. Benfica making a change as well. Adel Taarabt has been replaced by Gabriel, number 8. So yeah, a couple of changes. Ray says Bellerin will get the captain's armband. Yeah, he probably will, but Aubameyang took it off with him. Has he passed it to someone? Yeah, unless they got a spare one. Bellerin's got it on now. Don't know how it got there. But Aubameyang definitely walked off the pitch with it. Gooner tells us, why does Pepe always look like he's just woken up? I always say that. I say that so much. I say that to my dad and my brothers all the time. Is this true? You know that look when you've just woken up and you haven't even washed your face yet? That's what you get from Pepe. He looks like he's still asleep. And as Tony points out in the chat, which I'm sure you'll all be delighted to know, at least he didn't bring on Willian. Here's it, Danny Ceballos on the ball for Arsenal, deep in our own half. It's not the ideal result because you feel that on the balance of the game and in terms of the chances, we should win it. But away, got the away goal, 1-1. It's by no means a disaster. It's a very good result, very respectable result. You just worry about the fact that, you know, if it does go to extra time, for example, in the second leg, Benfica would have an extra half an hour essentially to score another away goal, which would count for more. So there is a little bit of a concern around that, but you know, yeah, I think the initial feeling will be one of disappointment if we don't win this. But actually, in terms of the context of the tie, on the face of it, getting a 1-1 draw away from home is not bad at all, is it? Here's that Granit Xhaka now, inside his own half. Plays it into the feet of Pepe, just helps it on for Tierney. It does look like, as I said, Martinelli's gone through the middle. Here's Pepe, finds Tierney coming on the overlap on the left-hand side. Kieran Tierney checks back inside his man. Lovely ball in for Nicolas Pepe. Lovely bit of skill, and he just miscontrolled the ball after that initial dummy, which was a really good dummy, by the way. I really liked that idea from Nicolas Pepe. You could see what he was trying to do. It just didn't come off for the Ivorian. 79 minutes on the clock. Stadio Olimpico in Rome is the venue of tonight's game between Benfica and Arsenal. Yes, that's right, I haven't made a mistake. The game is being played in Rome, obviously due to COVID restrictions. And the second leg, which we'll be bringing you next week, comes from Athens, the Yorgos Karaiskakis Stadium, a place I visited last season for when Arsenal took on the Greek side. And of course, we ended up going out to them at the Emirates Stadium, didn't we? Won on the away trip though, so it was a good away trip. Fortunately, the whole outcome of the tie wasn't the one we'd have hoped for though. Big hello to Sad Boy, my friend. That is some screen name. Philip Dean says, it's so weird. Aubameyang used to light up the Bundesliga. Now this season he's playing well, but not getting the opportunities he deserves. Interesting. Steve Stone says, Kieran Tierney, you're banned from getting injured again. Benfica looking to make another change as well. Here's Ceballos into Saka. That's not a great pass to Bellerin, but he'll still retrieve it anyway. Apologies. Stone plays it forward. I mean, what was the need to bring Kieran Tierney on tonight? Honestly, I hope he's not injured, but what was the point? For 20 minutes at the end? Surely Cedric could have got through the last 20 minutes. If he just sat back and defended a little bit, he'd have been fine. Instead of bombing up and down, which obviously I know it's the manager's instruction. But if you're carrying someone who's not 100%, as a manager, surely you say, sit back and do your job. Which first and foremost, as a defender, is to defend. Here's David Luiz on the ball. Now it's with Bernd Leno. Plays it out left to Kieran Tierney. Just about keeps it in. Not the greatest pass that from Leno. And Ceballos tries to lay it off for Tierney. And the layoff is not quite right. And Benfica have the ball back. Here's Gabriel, the substitute. Plays it to Gonçalves on the right. Look at Jorge Jesus on the touchline. He's going absolutely crazy. Urging his team on. Probably feels that his team need to go into the second leg with an advantage. But as I say, they're not coming to the Emirates Stadium, are they? And they're not at home tonight. So does it make a great deal of difference to Benfica? Not for me. Home and away in this tie, it's a bit of a non-event, and that's why I can't understand why the away goal rule has been stuck with, I guess. Here's Seferovic trying to keep it on for Benfica. Does just about keep it alive, but Bernd Leno will gather the ball as it bounces in his penalty area harmlessly. I think Benfica are trying to make another change here. Yep, looks as though they've got one stripped and ready. Is that Loizao on their coaching staff? Do you remember him? What a player he was. Really strong, dominating centre-back, if you remember. Waiting for Benfica to make their change. Seems to be taking an age at the moment. And they're going to change the change, that's why. Jorge Jesus, I think, has changed his mind. And he's going to bring on Chiquinho when he can. That's a cool name. No idea what it means, but cool name nonetheless. Here's Xhaka. Back to Gabriel. Kevin Jones says it is Loizao. Yeah, it must be a bit of a legend there at Benfica. One of those players you came to associate with the club, isn't it? You think of Benfica, you think of Loizao. He certainly did in years gone by. Here's Kieran Tierney. Just lays it off to Nicolas Pepe on the left, and now it's with Granit Xhaka. He's looking to play a clever pass. He finds Tierney on the left-hand side. Kieran Tierney goes to cross it. He's completely miscued that. It's gone up and it's gone over Helton's Benfica goal. Still 1-1. Into the 85th minute now. Joana Medeiros says Chiquinho is short for Francisco. Interesting. Cavill says, guys, I think this might be the first game in a long time where we go without bringing Willian on. Big moment for us. Guys, we're 4 likes away from hitting 150. So if you haven't, make sure you hit the like button. It really, really does help. And if you're interested in signing up and becoming a member of the channel, we'd love to have you. Really, really would. Click the link in the description for more information. Don't forget, we'll be bringing you a review show just after 10 o'clock this evening, where I'll be talking through the game, discussing some individual performances and reflecting on it outside of the drama of the 90 minutes. If you're not sick of me already, but you can always watch it in the morning. The reason we do it straight after the game is so that those of you who are subscribed via the audio platforms can get it first thing tomorrow. Here's Hector Bellerin to Martin Odegaard, back to David Luiz. Now it's with Gabriel. It's lovely work to step inside his player there. And now it's with Kieran Tierney on the left hand side. Arsenal pushing here, trying to find a winning goal. Here's Xhaka. Can he switch the play? This time he does it successfully. Taken down brilliantly by Hector Bellerin. Ceballos into Saka. Flagged offside. Flagged offside. How many times are we going to get flagged offside? How many times in one game can a team get caught offside? Is this like a record? Have Arsenal been caught offside this many times in a game before? Maybe when Adebayor was at the club. He loved getting caught offside. Him and Theo Walcott. Oh. Here's Martin Odegaard coming down the right-hand side. Dispossessed. Benfica will bring the ball forward now with Everton. Ben Snyder says, 10 p.m. Geez, when do you sleep? I don't. I don't. Literally, I would say that at least 3 days a week at the moment, I work the day and the whole evening until I go bed at like 11 o'clock. Maybe not even 11 o'clock, because by the time I go inside, chill out, unwind a little bit, it's probably about 12, half 12. So yeah, honestly, I probably do 3 days a week now where I work day and night. But my job is to watch and talk about football. Is that really work? Like, can I what I mean is I can't complain. And there are days where it feels like a chore, but I'm so lucky to be in the position I'm in, and delighted and grateful that things have worked out, which I wasn't sure they would once upon a time. So yeah, can't complain. Sleep, you can sleep when you're dead, I suppose. That's what a wise old man used to say to me. Here's Otamendi into Gabriel in midfield for Benfica. Here he is again, the number 8. With his socks rolled down, he must have been watching Emil Smith-Rowe and got a little bit jealous. Here's Gonçalves at right back. Plays the ball forward in towards Silva, but Gabriel was on hand to prevent him getting away, and now the ball has ended up with Bernd Leno at his feet. He plays it back to Gabriel. Graham Sutherland says it's hard work watching Arsenal. Has been at times this season, yeah. I mean, why couldn't I have been doing this in the invincible days, eh? Willian's coming on, guys. Willian and El Neni are both stripped and ready. Of course, in the Europa League, you can make 5 substitutes. So we've got 2 more, is what I was trying to say. Here's Martinelli on the left. Can't keep the ball in. Tierney's pass was a poor one. And you can see on Martinelli's face, right? Because you can just see that he gets so disappointed when he doesn't get the ball, because he just wants to make things happen all the time, which is excellent. Dani Ceballos is coming off. He's had a wonderful game. He's worked himself into the ground. My man of the match, without a doubt. I think he's been absolutely fantastic. And Martin Odegaard, another player who's worked really, really hard today. Done a lot of the dirty work that probably goes unnoticed. He's been replaced by Willian. So a couple of changes from Arsenal. Martinelli on, Pepe on, Tierney on, El Neni on, and Willian on. So Arsenal using all 5. Lee says Willian our saviour. Tony says, and there's me thinking he was on Mars taking pictures. Into the 91st minute we go. There's been 4 minutes of time added on. Dominic, you're absolutely right in the chat. You know, I think people are having a bit of a laugh and a bit of a joke about it, but I mean, there's no reason to criticise Mikel Arteta for bringing on Willian in these circumstances, unless he goes and scores an own goal or something. You know, then there is no reason. But what Willian could do potentially is score the winner. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine Willian scored the winner tonight? I would love that. Gabriel into Xhaka. El Neni now to Bellerin. Into Saka on the right. Willian making a move ahead of him. Plays it inside to El Neni instead. He squares it to Granit Xhaka. Does well to keep hold of the ball there, because he had 2 or 3 Benfica bodies around him. David Luiz just puts his foot on the ball and tells people to calm down. We'll take this result. You feel as though we could have got more out of it. There's no doubt about it. We've had 60% of the possession away from home. But if we go into the second leg with a 1-1 draw, an away goal, you've got to be pretty pleased with that. This has always been a dodgy tie, you know, from the minute it was drawn. You know, yes, Benfica haven't been at their best this season. Yes, on paper, perhaps Arsenal are stronger at this moment. But this is Benfica, you know, they're one of European football's big forces. Or traditionally one of European football's big forces. Around about a couple of minutes remaining of the time added on here. I think you'll see both sides just kind of calm it down now and maybe settle. Ball's been played left. Benfica continue to come forward. Here's Seferovic. Gonçalves gives it away rather sloppily, and Arsenal can potentially break here. Xhaka's pass almost picking out Nicolas Pepe. Tierney's prevented that going through for Pepe. Now he's eventually found the Ivorian. He'll put one in towards the far post. It's over the goalkeeper. Come to Bukayo Saka on the right wing. He plays it into Bellerin. Gets it back, does Bukayo Saka. He's on the corner of Benfica's penalty area. Puts it into the box. But they've got so many bodies back. They had 6 players back in the penalty box there. Which tells you all you need to know about how Benfica have approached this game. Good work from Xhaka to get away from his man. Drives the ball out to the right flank. Can Saka keep this on? No, he can't. No, he can't. Didn't look like he was at full tilt there, Bukayo Saka, trying to get there. I don't know what that was about. Is it tired legs? Understandable. He's played a lot of football. And we're about 30 seconds from the end of the game. 30, 40 seconds. No, 30 seconds. Alvin Reed says the Willian clause being enforced. A serious question, guys. Do you lot actually think there is something in Willian's contract that says that? Because I really don't. I think that's the biggest... I think it's one of the biggest loads of nonsense I've ever heard. And I've heard a lot of nonsense. I just don't... I don't see a world where that clause is put in a contract of a 32-year-old. I just really don't see it. The referee has blown the final whistle here. It has finished between Arsenal and Benfica. Well, we'll take that. We'll take that. We've managed to get an away goal. We've managed to stay unbeaten. It's not ideal because we feel like Arsenal were probably deserving of taking more from the game, but it's a respectable result. Arsenal have got themselves their away goal, and they can be pretty pleased, and in some ways disappointed obviously that we didn't take the chances that came our way, and as such end up going into the home leg. I say home leg with obviously a lead. Just seeing Glasgow Rangers have just scored a penalty in the 89th minute, 90th minute to win 4-3 at Antwerp. What a game that must have been. I'm sure we'll catch up with the highlights a little bit later on. Thank you to all of you. Thank you for all your kind words in the chat. Thank you to everybody who signed up to become a member during tonight's stream. Really, really appreciate your support. Really appreciate every single one of you that's in the chat box and interacting and watching the streams. It's been great to have you guys as always. And we will be back in around about, I'm going to say 20 minutes time. 15 minutes time, around about 15-20 minutes time, we'll be back for the review show. I'm going to go and have a quick break, have a hot drink because my throat is gone, and then we're going to sit and talk through the game on another live stream. So thank you to everyone for joining. It's very, very much appreciated. I'll be back with more Arsenal content very, very soon, and until then,